basically kind of getting ready for the tournament season, but more than that, been trying new stuff and trying new tricks. And Steve Bates, CWB team manager, basically said if I don't make a Moab 7 in the next 6 weeks, he's not only going to fire me but beat me up. So got that coming up.
That's
so
humiliating from a guy of his age. That's
no,
and a knee border at that.
Yeah, but he's tough for his age.
He is.
He's old for his age too. So yeah, I'm going to be trying some Moab 7s coming up. Hopefully we'll have a wakeboard mag out there with a camera as well. But yeah, I was getting ready for the Philippines for the first stop, the WWA World Series. Just got back for that about 3 nights ago. Still jet lagged. I've been going to bed at like 8 at night, waking up at 3 a.m. So, that makes Rusty look kind of lazy when I'm waking up at 3, waiting on the sun for 4 hours. But
taking 8 sets a day.
Yeah. No, I've just been riding a bunch. Living out in Auburndale now. It's about 6 houses down from JD. Kyle Alberts lives down there, and Sean Perry's riding with those guys a ton. Super, super fun. People are asking, what's new, what's coming up. I'd say, tricks aside, got the pro model boat lift this year through Summit Marine hydraulic boat lifts, and it's a really cool thing. Summit Marine has been a sponsor of mine for this will be our 3rd season now, and it really started as a good friend that just makes a good product. Jim Impolsky, who owns and runs the company. I've had a boat lift for a few years with him, and he basically on my boat lift rigged it up so that didn't rig it. He made it with twice the hydraulics and twice the motors, so that it would lift a fully weighted X-Star. Because most of these lifts are designed for a 25-foot boat that usually weighs around 3,000 pounds. I'm kind of winging that, but he basically built it with twice the motors, twice the hydraulics, twice the whole deal framework, so that you can lift your fully weighted wakeboarding boat without having to drain the weight. So I'm officially 100% spoiled thanks to Jim. It sure beats the drive in 3 hours to get to a boat I used to. But it's a cool thing. So now we have a pro model boat lift. Some of the other guys started asking for it, and Jim said, we should put your name on the side of this thing and do it. But it's a really cool lift, and it works really well. But it's certainly a bit of an industry first.
How special is it? I mean, you got your first pro model wakeboard, you got your first house. Is it your first boat lift after that?
Yeah.
Is it on that level?
Yeah, my first and only wife, too.
Your first
Iris
and only wife.
Say hey, Iris.
That's also a milestone.
So, yeah, it's absolutely on par with those. When you think about, your life on a timeline, it's like, you got almost graduating high school.
Being born, having a baby, getting wet.
Learning how to play ping pong.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I graduated high school. Some other good stuff. Yeah, it's right up there with pro model board. Pro model boat lift. That's once you get the board, get your own boat from a boat company, and bam, boat lift. It's complete. I'm done.
Gotcha. So what'd you do in the Philippines then?
Well, mostly in the Philippines, I rode for hours and hours and hours and hours. We did so much riding while there. It was awesome. We got in. When I say we, JD, Trevor, Spencer Smith, Kyle Rattray, Corey Bradley. Gosh, I'm leaving out some of the dudes. Phil Sobin. Bunch of guys got in 3-4 days early so we could go play on the cable, and it was fun. I wanted to enter the pro cable event because I support what those guys do, and those guys shred. And next year I want to do the WWA Wake Park World Series. But went out there and learned some new tricks and just free rode a ton. To be at a contest in the Philippines and be able to log 40, 50 hours of riding in the 10 days we were there, it was great. Usually at a tournament, you ride down and back a few times, and that's it. But, there'd be the Wake Park competition going on the System 2, rails. So those guys are over there doing that. Your heat may have already gone, so you just go ride the cable or go play behind the boat. It's seriously wakeboarding heaven, and it was kind of a free-for-all. They let us do whatever we wanted. In the morning, if we needed the helicopter for a helicopter shoot, the helicopter would be up. It's really unbelievable how well those guys do it.
Wow. So what do you have coming up next? Where are you going to travel to? What are you going to do?
Well, coming up, this weekend, actually I just finished a radio interview with 104.1 Monsters in the Morning talking about the charity wakeboarding tournament for the Rotary Club coming up in Windermere tomorrow and Sunday. But after that, I'm basically, here through Wake Games, which is great. I have a month to be home and ride a ton. But in that month, we're going to be filming a bunch of CWB TV stuff. So all the guys are in town. Steve Bates is in town. And, man, ever since the wake gloves, which I still use, we've been doing all sorts of things that just blow that out of the water. Just fun stuff. I went out there yesterday and spent the first 10 minutes I was there just laughing at all the stupid stuff. I mean, I'm sorry, all the awesome stuff they had laid out to do. I mean, it's just ridiculous. But it's just kind of, you know, we throw an idea at CWB, they're like, yep, do it. So we're going to spend the next, you know, 2-3 weeks riding, getting ready for the Wake Games, all that, and filming for CWB TV.
Gotcha. So when you are training, how many sets a day are you taking, and what are you trying to do?
You know, I was in the Philippines. I seriously one day spent 5 hours actually on my board on the cable. 5 hours on my board, you know, which is right there with 6, 7, 8 sets. But that was, you know, a fluky thing. That was cool. I was excited to be there and just rode the entire first day I was there. But, you know, if I can get 2 solid sets in, 3's better, you know, 4 days a week, then that's the way I like to ride. You know, that gets your consistency there. That gets you to that comfort level where you can just start trying new stuff. And I'll tell you what, in the Philippines, and Dean Smith mentioned it, Phil Sovin did, everybody noticed it, the level of riding to be where it was in March was pretty exciting because, you know, a lot of times people will kind of pick up where they left off in April or May, but everybody's there. You know, everybody's at their peak from last season, so everybody can kind of start here and move forward, and I'm just trying to do that, just trying to make sure to be ready for these tournaments, but try new stuff and do this Moab 7 so that Steve Bates doesn't beat me up.
Will you use the weight gloves to beat you up?
Hopefully. Actually, that might hurt a little more because they're usually pretty waterlogged and heavy. So.
Gotcha. Only time will tell.
That's it.
All right. Anything else to add?
It's Mosley High School football rules.
There you have it.